I've been trying to make this video for a couple weeks now, and there was something that was a catalyst of it, and we'll get into that later. But it wasn't until I watched Gerald Undone's video and Lee Zavitz's video, and to a lower extent, Coffee's video today, that really solidified what I wanted to say. Before I get into all of that, I think the bigger issue here is whether or not you can trust YouTubers, whether or not you can trust what they say. Less about the Panasonic thing though, but whether or not you can trust YouTubers. I think it's important for me to kind of set a baseline of where I am, both as a creator and as a person who views YouTube content, and then we'll get into the other stuff. There's something that you guys should know. I don't trouble myself with whether or not viewers think I'm honest when I make these videos. I think I've said this a ton of times in my videos. I make these videos for me. I make these videos because I want to become a better photographer. I make these videos because I want to become a better videographer, content creator. All roads are pointing towards my short film and me being, making movies down the line. None of this is for you. I don't think you guys will ever hear me say, I make these videos for you. I hope that people will watch them. I hope that, the work that I do is paid off in that way. But I don't make these videos for anybody but myself. I only make videos on things that I own or things that I will probably own. I don't make a lot of Canon videos or Panasonic videos or Nikon videos because I'm never going to buy that stuff. So I only make content on things that I have or things that I will have or things that I think will help me down the future. 100% of the things that I have made videos on, let me rephrase that, 99.8% of all of the videos, the things that I've made videos on, I pay with my own money. I got a camera charger from a cheap Chinese company, and I got a C-stand from Newer. Those are the only two things that I've been given for free. I made those videos, and not one person in my comment section accused me of saying nice things about those products because I got paid or because I got them for free. Which brings me to the reason for this video. Me, Jamil, who has 3,000 subscribers, I have had to deal with people in my comment section saying that I got paid to say nice things about Sony, or I've gotten paid to say nice things about Samsung. Here's the honest truth, all right? I have not made a single dollar from YouTube. Not from YouTube, not from brands. I've been making videos for almost 4 years. I have not made a single dollar. No AdSense, nothing, none of that. I've never been giving anything for free except those two things. So there's really no reason to question my integrity, but people do it all the time, which is why I just don't care anymore. But here's the other thing that you should know about me. The moment that Sony says, hey, can we give you this thing, in exchange for a video? Or the moment that Sony says, hey, we want to fly you out for Sony Condo, I'm going to accept those offers. And here's why. I believe that people should get paid for the content that they create. It doesn't make sense in my mind that people who view this stuff as entertainment would think otherwise. It doesn't make sense in my mind that someone who is looking to buy this camera wouldn't be willing to say, you know what, I think this person should get paid for this information that they've given me. It doesn't change your life at all. When Will Smith came onto YouTube, everyone was just like, why is Will Smith on YouTube? Will Smith doesn't need YouTube money. He's a gajillion dollars. It's the same thing. Sony could go out right now and pay Randy Johnson a gajillion dollars to use Sony cameras. And every one of us will be like, why does Randy Johnson need that money? He's already a millionaire. When You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me that Philip Bloom, who makes incredible Sony content, wouldn't get paid by Sony to make that content. It doesn't make sense to me that Gerald Undone, who makes incredible Sony content, wouldn't get paid to make Sony content. It doesn't make sense to me that Peter McKinnon wouldn't get paid by Canon. Peter McKinnon is probably the biggest Canon photographer there is. He should get paid. So those things, you got to know that about me. I want people to get paid. I want people to be successful. I want people to be able to pay their bills and feed their family. And if they're making content that you're enjoying, you should want that too. I don't understand the disconnect there. Now, I'm not saying that if Sony pays me money that I should come out and be like, Sony's the Panasonic S9 is the greatest camera I've ever used. No, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. And you shouldn't think that that happens. If you've been watching Gerald Undone since he was making, weird computer videos in his living room with 2 sheets up until now, you shouldn't think that his integrity has changed just because he started getting paid. That's a weird thing. That's a weird way to operate. Here's the other thing. You guys really don't care whether or not people are getting paid for things because, and here's how I know this. I see in Gerald Undone videos all the time that he's shilling for Sony and Sony's paying him money when Sony's not. Sony doesn't pay anybody money. But you know who does pay Gerald money? His video sponsors. Storyblocks. I never see anybody in his video saying like, you only say nice things about Storyblocks because they pay you. You guys don't care about Storyblocks. You guys don't care about Epidemic Sound. You guys don't care about MusicBed. You guys don't care about Squarespace. Those are the people paying creators. But you guys are never in the content saying like, Squarespace and you guys only say that, it's ridiculous. You guys don't care that they're getting paid. You care that they're getting paid for something that you want. And that's dirty work, man. Like that's dirty. And so those are my feelings on that. You guys should know that about me. I think that people should get paid. I don't know that I'll ever change on that. And I gotta know, if you're here and you trust me now and you think that people who get paid can't be trusted, I gotta let you know. First opportunity that I get to fly out to Condo, I'm gonna do that. And it's not because I want to hang out with my YouTube friends, because I don't have any YouTube friends. The second thing that I want to talk about is because someone might say that I'm shilling for Gerald. Gerald Undone and I disagree wholeheartedly about something that he said in his video. He was saying that if you think that, you have to be the first person, to put a video out, you're wrong. Essentially saying that like embargoes, aren't that important. Embargoes are hella important. And I think that he's a little out of touch by making that comment. Specifically, the comment that he said is that he's had embargo videos do like really well, and he's had embargo videos do not that well, and he's had videos where he's made, videos of products 6 months down the line do really well. Here's the thing. People are going to watch Gerald Undone videos no matter when they come out. And I think that when he says like, I've had videos that don't do that well, he might be talking about a video that only does 160,000 views instead of 300,000 views. But if I put out an embargo video, which I never have because I've never been a part of any embargoes, I might get 10,000 views, and that's a huge video for me. That would get me over the threshold where I would be able to make the pennies that people get from AdSense. It might kick me up over the 10,000, subscriber mark that I might need to get invited to, Sony Condo. I make no qualms about the fact that one of my goals is to be able to go to Sony Condo. I want to be able to do that. And it just seems weird to me that a person like Gerald Undone or a person like, iJustine or those creators would say like those things aren't that important when we've seen how important they are. I've seen how important those type of videos are to those creators. And whenever I say something like this, inevitably someone, will say one of two things. We like the content that you make and we care more about long-term reviews and stuff like that. I do too. I love long-term reviews. As a person who watches YouTube videos, I love those kind of videos. Those are my favorite kind of videos. But as a person who makes content, as a person who wants to grow my channel and be successful, I understand how important those embargo videos are. Another thing that I got accused of on my YouTube is Weird video is that I was jealous somehow of people who get to do these embargo brand deals or whatever. I think I even said, in fact, I know in that video I said maybe I am being a hater. I'm self-aware of that. But it just seems ridiculous that I would have Peter Lindgren in my comment section, someone who has 500,000 subscribers, telling me that I'm jealous. I'm not jealous. I just want to be as successful as Peter Lindgren. I'm a huge fan of Peter Lindgren. I have been watching Peter Lindgren since he was working at the shipping company, making videos at his dining room table. I remember when he didn't make videos in English. I have been here watching Peter Lindgren videos for this long. I'm going to watch videos that he makes for forever. He's a great dude. But it just seems so out of touch that people would say these things to someone who's trying to climb the same ladder that they climbed. You know what I mean? It just seems out of touch. Another thing that I said that people took issue with is that there seems to be this epidemic of people who are coming out and making videos and saying that they're burnt out and that they don't want to do gear review videos anymore. And all I said is that we don't need you to make a video on that. Just don't do it. That's all I said. I didn't say that people couldn't be burned out. I didn't say that people couldn't have those feelings. I just said as a viewer, I don't want to see that video. You don't have to make that video. You could not make a video for however long. We're going to be here when you get back. Casey makes a video every 3 months and he still gets 1 million views. People who are fans of yours are going to be here. And I got pushback about that. Listen, I work a job that I go to every day. In fact, I work at a shipping company, just the same as Peter Lindgren. And, I don't come onto the internet and make videos about me being burnt out at my job. You know what I mean? Someone who doesn't have a job, someone who doesn't make the money that I make at my job will be like, bro, why are you complaining about that job that's paying your mortgage? You know what I mean? Like that's all I'm saying. I am sitting in a place where Peter Lindgren used to sit, and I am looking at where he is, wanting to be where he is, listening to him complain about making videos. And that's all I was saying. It's that seems a little out of touch. I love Peter Lindgren. This is no shade to him. But I'm just trying to walk through those same doors that he walked through. Which brings me to my last point. And it ties back to this whole Gerald Undone video. I promise I'm getting back to it. It'll come full circle and you guys are going to be like, damn, he did come full circle. A couple weeks ago, Patrick Tomasso came out and said, if a brand gives you something for free or sends you out on a trip or pays you somehow, if you get something from a brand, there is no way for you to give an unbiased opinion about that brand. That's an incredibly dangerous thing to say from someone like him. Patrick Tomasso is a person who built his channel to 144,000 subscribers by doing gear review videos. And now he's saying that people like me shouldn't try to grow my channel by doing gear review videos. That's crazy, especially considering I know Patrick Tomasso because of his proximity to Gerald Undone. Gerald Undone does primarily gear review videos. So does Patrick Tomasso have an issue with Gerald Undone doing gear review videos? That's a weird thing for him to come out and say. Like that's, I made the video saying that the OGs are poisoned in the well, and that's exactly what I was talking about. And I didn't know how to voice this. In fact, if you go to that Patrick Tomasso, the other thing is, it's not lost on me that Patrick Tomasso said these things. He made this statement on his second channel, away from the 144,000 subscribers, because he knows how important those brand deals are. He knows it. He knows how important those deals are. He knows how important those relationships are. And so I couldn't believe that he would say that. And I've been thinking for the last couple of weeks why he would say something like that. And it comes back to this Panasonic trip, because Gerald Undone said something in his video today that I'm not accusing Gerald Undone of this, but I'm putting these two things together. Gerald Undone said that Panasonic reached out to him and said they would still like to send him the camera, but they're not going to bring him on this trip because they didn't think that this camera would be a camera for him. Because essentially they knew that he was not going to say glowing things about it. The same with Caleb Pike, and the same with, surprise, surprise, Patrick Tomasso. And so I'm wondering if that rant about brands and about having to play the game and about wanting to be able to say whatever he wants, and I wonder if that was about him not being invited on this S9 trip to Japan. That's all I'm saying. It was incredibly dangerous. I thought that it was reckless. I thought that it was a little irresponsible for him to come onto Jay-Z's internet and say those words when there are people like me trying to grow my channel and the same kind of way. And the people in his comments, those people who are always just like, we can't trust YouTubers, were just like, I knew it. And so it just seemed so irresponsible. So I want to end this video with this. If you guys are still here, type, Chi-Town in the comments or something. I don't know. I want to leave you guys with this. I am always going to make these videos for myself. I am never going to try to sell you anything. You never have to worry about that. I'm never trying to sell you anything. So if you're wondering about whether or not I'm being truthful or whether or not you can trust me, you don't have to worry about that, because I don't care either. I am always going to believe that creators should get paid for creating. I'm always going to believe that. I cannot be dissuaded from that. So if you have a problem with that, you might have a problem with me, because the moment Sony reaches out to me, or Samsung, or Aputure, and says like, hey, let's cut a deal, I'm going to cut that deal. The first time, Epidemic Sound wants to fly me out to Iceland, I'm going to Iceland. So you should know that about me. And I think that it's incredibly reckless when OGs poison the well. That's who I am. I love that you guys are here, but if you have a problem with that, I'm okay. I'm okay if you show me the deuces. Anyway, I'm Jamil. This is a boy named Jamil, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.